Hello there, wrestling fans! Hello there, Internet! And welcome to a live edition of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe the Panther the Third. And man, this is going to be an interesting episode, Ringside Crew, today. Because I had to go to that cool yard with all the big fence, and I got jumped back because I saw a very scary guy in the yard. I decided to have this gentleman on because we had a lot of mess ups last year, but it's happening now. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to the Mad Dog.
Hello, Dudes at Ringside podcast. How are we tonight? Or
I'm
this afternoon in the US?
Yes. We're doing great. Oh my gosh, Mad Dog. So, if my internationally known fans are not familiar with you and what you do within pro wrestling, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm the most maddest of dogs in FTGU wrestling, the Mad Dog, and yeah, I pretty much do wrestling on the side as other things. So just here's hoping that I impress everyone tonight and see how we go.
Awesome, Mad Dog. So, who trained you?
My trainer is Gareth Harris. He trained the actors for the Fighting with My Family movie based upon Paige or Soraya, however you want to see her as in AEW now. So yeah, I saw this thing on the internet, and I just googled wrestling schools within my area, which is Market Leicestershire, here in the UK, and and FTGU wrestling came up. So decided to give it a go, and pretty much been doing it now for 5 years, coming on for six.
Wow. So, what kind of advice did what they gave you? What kind of advice did you take from what they told you that you put into your wrestling style?
Uh, Truthfully, I never really had a proper wrestling style to begin with. So I just went there trying to learn something new, just to try and regain confidence back from what I lost and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, just pretty much learn to appreciate the more British style of professional wrestling because I grew up on the American stuff, which was WWE, where it was all like massive, flashy moves. But when it comes to the British wrestling, it's more technique and more slower. So from that, I've actually grown to appreciate the UK wrestling. Uh,
Awesome.
British, British wrestling, catch wrestling, whatever it's really known as. Yeah, really growing a fond appreciation for it.
That's awesome. So as a young, let's go way back for you, Mad Dog. When you decided to step foot in the your training facility, what were you thinking?
Well, when I first got there and I saw the ring there, I just thought, okay, can't believe I'm actually doing this. I can't believe I'm actually doing this because it was such a weird experience just to see the ring and actually get inside of the ring and then learning to do all of the different stuff. It was such a weird experience considering that I've been watching it for most of my life.
Awesome. So what were you like the first time you went through the curtain for your very first match? What were you like? What was your energy like on that very day?
Well, I initially made my debut at one of the Rumble shows. That was probably about what a few months into the actual into my wrestling training, and then on the Christmas show, this was about my 11th month of training. I actually made my singles debut, and as soon as I got to the backstage area and went through that curtain, before then I was like, Okay, now I'm getting nervous. So, but it was amazing. I had a blast doing it. So it's something what I never really looked back on now for a while. So yeah, I'm glad I've actually stuck to it.
So, what would you consider your style being? Like high flyer? Would you count yourself as like a grappler? Like a hard nose? What would you be consider yourself being?
I wouldn't say that I'm a high flyer because knowing my look, if I try doing a springboard moonsault, I'll probably end up breaking something. So I won't say I'm a high flyer. But I'll say I'm probably more of a grappler sort of aspect of it. Maybe like I don't know. Honestly, I really do not know what to say. What my style was like. If I'm being 100% honest, I just go with the flow and just do me. I guess you can say.
Mm. So, have you ever like is there any wrestlers that you have not had a chance to compete with within the UK or like any of the European countries that you've been really wanting to work with?
Uh, well, I'm still trying to get a passport. So I ain't really able to fly out to any European countries just yet. Um, but I don't know. I think some of the one of the big names what I probably would have liked to wrestle back when I was starting, but it was a bit of a long shot. There was a Scottish wrestler called Lionheart, but he unfortunately passed away, so I never really got a chance to wrestle with him. So R.I.P. Lionheart is what I have to say for that.
Yeah, that's sad. So, like, within your like realm of wrestling, have you like had what was like the craziest spot you ever had to do in a match?
Most definitely was getting slammed onto the ball balls at the last Christmas show because the pain from that was just excruciating because I didn't expect it to be that painful.
What was that again? Say that again. You got hit in the back with the Christmas balls?
I got slammed onto Christmas balls, and it it left like where the ball ended up breaking, where it was all jagged. It actually left a cut imprint on my back for like a week or so.
Oh my god. Do you have a video of this, Mad Dog? Like on your phone or Instagram or anything?
It's probably on, yeah, it's on there somewhere. So I just got to try and see it. But yeah, it's probably one of the gnarliest things I've done so far, if I'm being completely honest.
Mm. Do like I know you said do that. Are you deep into like the doing like death match? Like have you ever thought of like facing like men or women in in a death match?
Uh, the trouble is my skin is covered with moles.
Mm,
So, but as you, I think you're pretty much aware of, if you end up cutting a mole or aggravating it, it might cause my risk of getting skin cancer from it. So,
mm.
due to that, I'm not going to do any deathmatch wrestling. But if I didn't have those moles on my body, then yeah, I probably would have given it like a thought to do like once or twice. But no, it's I don't know. With deathmatch wrestling, it's a bit of a weird one. Some people, sorry, excuse me. Some people actually enjoy deathmatch wrestling with all the blood, light tubes, and all that other stuff, and some other people just see it like, oh, how's that pro wrestling? It's just a bunch of guys and women just slamming themselves onto barbed wire, getting hit with light tubes, and all the other stuff. But no, deathmatch wrestling has never really been on my criteria to do.
Yeah. Like that stuff is so cool, but it's such a risk. Like I know you guys, you pro wrestlers, they do a lot of like the death match stuff. Like what is it like leading up to a show like for you? Like what is your schedule like? What is your training regimen like?
Uh, well, due to it's really dependent on how I can actually get over to the training facility because the training facility is in Leicester, but due to the fact how the strikes have been affecting it and the weather, it just makes it impossible to try and get to Leicester to train. But I try and keep myself physically fit in the gym or my kennel. That's where I'm actually coming live from you now, but I need to get back into the gym again just to build my body back up because it's I need to try and look the part again the best way I possibly can.
Yeah. What is like your meal plan like? Like the day of a show, do you pack a meal or do you eat like out wherever is like available around the venue?
Uh, Pretty much most of the venues normally have like a little supermarket area, so everybody just ends up getting like a meal deal. So that's pretty much a sandwich, a bag of crisps or chips, as you guys like to say, and or a soft drink, a pop or a soda for however much. So a lot of people just end up getting them because it's a bit more cheaper.
Yeah, like it's so crazy to think like within pro wrestling, independent wrestling, you go to these shows and they have a food court, but like sometimes wrestlers pack their own stuff, like sandwiches and stuff like that. When you're like traveling to with your within your shows, do you have any like crazy stories from the road?
No, nothing crazy, thankfully. But it's like I said, I just normally end up getting like a train to into Leicester, and then I get an Uber to that venue. Whether that's in another part of Leicester. So I normally end up doing something like that, and then just get there to help out and try and get ready for a show if possible.
Hmm. So what is the longest you ever traveled to wrestle?
Thanks. Well, I haven't really gotten that far out of the wide, as in like travel distance. Leicester is legitimately just one train stop away from Market Harborough, so it's nothing too far. But with other promotions, I'm gonna probably have to travel to wherever it is. So that's gonna probably be like a potential nightmare to try and get to. So it's either gonna be a train coach or it's gonna be a train, then need to get an Uber to the venue, or it's gonna have to be train coach and coach just to try and get to whatever it is. So it really depends on where the bouts in the UK it can actually be.
Yeah. If there's anybody watching, hey everybody, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming to watch me and Mad Dog live. If you have any questions for Mad Dog, please put them in the live chat and we will ask your questions immediately. Mad Dog, do you like plays do you like what playing video games? Do you like watching movies? If you do, what video games are you playing right now?
Uh, at the moment, I'm really like playing a whole wide variety of video games. I'm going from a PS5, so I'm playing either Diablo 4 on that, Destroy All Humans 2, the remake on that, RoboCop Rogue City, or
That came
it's
out?
yep.
I kept seeing the trailers. I didn't even see that it was released. What is that RoboCop game like?
Uh, have you watched the original trilogy with Peter Weller
Oh
in
yeah,
it?
I'm obsessed
Uh,
with RoboCop. Yeah, I watched it. Oh my gosh.
it's it's a legit power fantasy. So it puts you in the role of RoboCop. So it's a really good shooter.
Oh wow. I only saw a few pictures and videos, and then someone said there was a delay because of the producer, but I didn't see anything else that came out of it. I was like shocked that nothing really came out. So, have you had a chance to play the WWE 2K23? And if you have, what do you think about the new game?
Honestly, I've not played a WWE game since uh 2K. 2K20, I think it was. That was the last two. Or was it 2K19? No, I think it
Mm.
might be 2K19 because when when WWE 2K20 came out, it was pretty bad. Like it was buggy, it was glitchy, and all the other things. So 2K ended up scrapping 2021, I think it was, to do 2K20, and that was the better 2K game. What they ended up doing since 2K16, the one with Stone Cold Steve
Yeah, yeah,
Austin in it, but. No, in all honesty, ever since AEW came on to UK TV for free, I just been watching that. But leading up to me switching over from AEW to before I was watching WWE a lot, but leading up towards when AEW was announced, the writing and everything with WWE was just getting stale. So
mm,
I was getting pretty fed up with that. As soon as AEW was announced to go onto UK TV for free, that's when I decided to watch it and became more of a fan of AEW than what WWE was.
yeah. So there's certain things within pro wrestling. Like sometimes I don't get the way the writers do their things, and it's just sometimes it's just like, okay, you've done this storyline like 15 times in a row. Let's move on to another storyline. So, like like within when you do your like hardcore matches, what is your favorite weapon to grab out of all of them that are by the ringside area?
Oh, that's a tough one. Um, Honest, well, back when I was probably younger, I'd just end up grabbing the weapon what ended up causing the most damage. So just anything what caused a lot of blood. But no, I haven't really done any hardcore matches now since the last Christmas show.
Mm,
So it's like, but I don't know. It's if there's a weapon there at ringside or whatever, I'll just grab it and just use it the best way I can, sort of thing. So just gotta try and inflict that damage, if you know what I mean.
yeah. So like that's crazy since last Christmas. So I gotta ask you, with my grandfather being a luchador from 1955 to 1965, a lot of things have changed over the years with luchadors. So is it tough to be a luchador in wrestling these days?
Honestly, I'm not really 100% sure on that because I'm not really like doing all the flippy
No, I mean like
stuff.
the me wearing a mask. I mean like wearing a mask. Is it tougher to wrestle as a masked wrestler these days than being regular without a mask?
Honestly, I really do not know. I really think it's more up to the person's person. I think it's up to the person's personal preference. If they want to try and wear a mask if they want to try and wear a mask like Mil Marasquez, or El Santo, or I think it's Blue Demon.
Hmm.
I think his name is. It's easy to try and actually replicate that said mask because it's just easy to do. It's just like different pieces here and there, and just like change up the colors and all
Hmm.
that. But I don't know. I think it's probably hard to try and come across a actual proper luchador mask maker because it's pretty much like most of them are based all the way in Mexico, so they know how to make that sort of thing because pretty much most of the luchadors back then would actually, well, I think some of them still do now. They make their own ring gear and they make their own masks. So with them, they normally have like a draft in mind to say they want this ring gear to look like this and this mask to look like this. But I don't know. I think it's like if it's like intricate, then somebody can probably find someone to do it. But I don't know. I'm not really 100% certain on that. If I'm being completely honest with you, Joe.
So who made your mask and who made your gear that you wear to the ring?
Well, the mask what I'm wearing now, it was somebody in Mexico on Etsy. I think it was um I can't remember the name of the mask of what it was and the person who made it. And the person who actually made my ring gear was Fix Stitch, and the boots are from Ringside boots. The guy who actually made the boots has been doing it since the 60s.
Oh wow.
So he's pretty much done, as far as I'm aware of, I think he done all the wrestling boots for the sport guys in the UK back when it was on BBC and ITV back in the day.
Wow. So we have a question from the audience. It's on the screen right there if you want it.
Uh, if you were to talk to one wrestler from the past, who would it be? Oh, you know what? That's a good question. Um, then again, who doesn't? I mean, people probably might ask Andre the Giant, Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, just a whole bunch. To be honest with you, if Bulldog or Dynamite Kid was still alive, I probably might ask them what techniques and tr- tips or what they can probably pass on to me is one thing what I probably might ask for. But I don't know. That's a pretty tough question.
Wow. So yeah, if people are watching, don't forget to like this video, share it on your social medias. Definitely go follow Mad Dog on Instagram. Mad Dog, what is your social media so people can go give you a nice follow?
It's Mad Dog. It's yeah, it's Mad underscore dog. Uh, you know what? I can't actually remember properly. I'm sorry.
Well, just I guess maybe just to look up Mad Dog on Instagram, so you'll be able to find him. Look for the cool blue mask. Look for
Pretty
the
much,
cool.
yeah. Just look for the cool mask is what I have to say. Just look for the cool blue mask.
Yeah. So do you collect anything, Mad Dog?
Not really. No. I mean, back when I was younger, I think everybody went through that phase of collecting like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards. But no, I don't really have a collection of anything. If I'm being completely honest with you.
Hmm. Okay. Um. Have you been watching anything on Netflix? Like, did you watch that series, The Wrestler, for the OVW series?
No. I've been hearing a lot of things about it, so I probably might need to renew my Netflix subscription for that.
Yeah, you should definitely watch it. It's a really good series, and Al Snow is like he's a genius. That man, oh my god, such a genius. Being a promoter and just a person within wrestling, he's definitely one person you should reach out to try to get like learn from what he's done in his career. Um, so is there like before we go, are there any other questions? People comment in the live chat, please. If there was any advice, oh no, if you want the fans to pick up any of your Mad Dog merchandise, where can they find it?
I'm still trying to get my merchandise sorted for that. So unfortunately, I haven't got a store. But funny enough, now that you mentioned it, uh, pretty much back during the first lockdown, somebody from one of the shows in Leicester or whatever it is came through on my personal Facebook. Like not me as Mad Dog, just like the guy without the mask.
Mm,
Uh, he was asking me, okay, is this Mad Dog? And I said, yes. He was like, are you all right? So and so. I just basically told him, not to sound rude, but you came through on my personal Facebook here without me being in character. he actually asked, "Oh, have you got any merchandise or anything like that? What's for sale?" And I said, "No, due to the lockdown, I haven't been able to get anything done, and I've not been able to get any pictures done because of it."
Mm.
And he said, "Oh, I can pay you. I think it was like £30 for a picture in your actual bedroom." And I'm like, "No, so no way, I'm not doing that."
Whoa. That's
Yeah,
no way. That's horrible. God,
and
no. Oh my
yeah,
God.
so
I'm like, no.
the bells were ringing off in my head, going, "No, no, he's a creep, he's a creep." So I
That's
pretty much
crazy.
just
No way.
cut it
Whoa.
off and deleted the message. And yeah, but if I'm being completely 100% honest, if anybody is gonna try and ask for merchandise or pictures, if the person starts asking for like anything of you, whether that's like if you're in gear or if you're not in gear, um, if they say they'll pay you so much money for whatever it is for one picture, just ignore it. Do not respond to them, delete the message, and then just probably explain to them what this person has done and then go from there, because it's the trouble is though there are still some weird people out in the world, and it, especially if it's for someone who's young and starting to try to find their feet in the business, and they come across that, it might come off at, well, it can come off as intimidating. So just be wary of that.
Yeah, that it's so crazy to think in this wrestling world we're living in right now, people choose to do so many bad and creepy things to wrestlers, but all you guys are doing is trying to bring out a service to yourself and to them. And also it was also during COVID when people are like in a lockdown. I was looking for stuff to watch. I'm like, wrestlers, can you send me a clip like to watch? Send me a YouTube
Yeah.
match. I want to watch it. So like has like and this is a good thing. Have you ever been at a show and a kid or like a person that draws ever given you like self art of you?
No, not yet. If anybody has got like any, if anybody wants to do a fan drawing, I'm willing to accept it, but just keep it clean and respectable, because the shows on what we, well, sorry, the shows on what FTGU Wrestling run are family friendly. So we need to respect
Yeah.
uh, that code. So just also just be polite when it comes to the wrestlers, and again, do not jump into the ring, start doing stuff what you've never done before, because it's okay. Yes, it's an art, but it's an art what can actually injure you. It can leave you paralyzed, or in some worst cases, it can actually kill you. So just leave it to the professionals. We've been training to do these sort of moves for years and for months and years. So do not decide to try and do anything stupid and swarm the ring thinking that you're being all big and trying to show off, when in fact you're making yourself to be look like an absolute ass. Also, if it's coming out, if you're there supporting like a pal or family member, please remember that you've been invited by that certain person to attend the show to as support. So do not go and mess that up by doing something stupid during the crowd, in the crowd, or even doing the jump in the ring.
Yeah, that's stupid. When fans think they could just jump in a ring and do their what you guys do for a living, you guys put your life and your livelihoods on the line to do this stuff. Oh yeah, I have another question from the guy that had that cool question for you before. He
Yeah.
asked, "When's the next FTGU show?"
That is actually next Sunday. That's in Bristol. I think there might be some tickets remaining. I'm still not 100% sure. So be sure to buy a ticket and come down and watch the show because it's probably one of the better wrestling shows what Leicester actually runs.
And don't forget to take a picture with Mad Dog. And remember, you could tell your friends to come watch us here on Dudes at Ringside every week on the Joe Panther Variety Show. Right before we go, Mad Dog, if there was any young kids watching this episode, hey, thank you for joining us. Um, if they wanted to get into the wrestling business, what kind of advice would you give them?
Oh, okay. Um, Truthfully, I am not really 100% certain with that. All I can say is go to a training facility, see if they do any kids training there. Um, if the just make sure they want to see if they want to test the water first, see if they want to do it, and make it like a regular thing. But all I've got to say is don't enforce anything on what the you as the parent want to try and force your child to do because it's not really you're not doing it for your kid, but you're doing it for yourself.
Hmm.
But just try out a kid's training scheme, see if they've got anything like that going on, see if they have fun, and then just go from there. Is what I have to say.
Okay. Thank you. I want to thank you so much, Mad Dog, for finally coming on the show. It really means a lot to me to have you on. We were mentioning the FTG show. What time does the doors open, and how much do you think the tickets are? So, if any of our fans in the UK would like to come.
The tickets are £8. Depending on the venue, the time can vary for when it comes to doors opening and shows starting. So we need to get the ring set up, we need to get audio set up, and all of the other stuff. But if you can try and come when it says on the poster or when the show's been shared, then you can go there by all means. But just remember the doors open at this certain time and the show will start at this certain time. So again, it varies on the venue, but all of the FTGU standard tickets are £8, and I think the VIP ones are I think it's £12. With that one, you get a front row seat, and you get a meet and greet with the wrestlers. I think it is, and you get a poster signed by them as well. So yeah, there are a lot of different tickets what are there, but as far as I'm aware of, but the one what I do know, the standard tickets are £8 in the UK.
Oh wow! See, that's the thing about the UK and America. I go to a show in Pennsylvania called PPW, and they only have like general admission or ringside. They don't add it like a VIP. I've been to other shows that do the VIP. And do you think buying a general ringside seat or a ringside seat is like the best plan, or do you think what's the best deal is the VIP?
Uh, Again, it's up to the person's personal preference. If they want to spend £8 on the standard, just for the standard ticket, then that's fine, or you can spend that little bit extra to get a front row seat and watch the wrestling. But again, it's like I said, it's just really up to the person's personal preference.
Yeah, it's cool to think that like they're in the UK. Oh, we have another person that's commenting. What's up, Mad Dog? My favorite match.
Oh, hi Dan. That's Ref Danny Marks.
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome, Danny.
Uh, what's Mad Dog's favorite match
Of
he
all,
been part of? Uh, Probably the Mad Penguin. at the one of
Ooh.
the Christmas shows, and probably Captain Sea Dog from the Halloween Rumble. So hopefully, well, I do know that the Mad Penguin will be making a return at the Christmas show, so you might want to get your tickets for that.
Mm,
But yes, so the uh, best part of it is actually probably being Mad Penguin. I have to
mm.
say.
Mad Dog versus Mad Pet. That's another animal I need to get on the podcast. I definitely need to get Mad Penguin on someday.
Maybe a Christmas show.
Yeah, we have another one too. Boom, we got another one. The guy from before said he has to go to the meet and greet to meet the rest, to chat with the wrestlers.
Uh, it's truthfully, I think it's like a quick I don't know. It's I'm not really 100% sure. I mean, when it comes to the poster signing, you can say hi to them really quick and ask them if they enjoyed ask, the wrestlers can ask the fans if they enjoyed the show, but I don't know if certain wrestlers will be all right to take a picture with them.
Oh, we got another. Wow, everybody's popping in.
Uh, Mad Dog, who is your favorite wrestler and why is it that the Vegan Prescott. Yeah, on Vegan Prescott's not my favorite wrestler, and in all honesty, Peter Ocelot, if you're watching this, you meatbag, I still need to get my revenge on you for slamming me onto those balls at the Christmas show.
Oh,
So
jeez.
no, I don't have a favorite wrestler, and it's most certainly not that Muppet Road show what Vegan Prescott's part of.
Everybody that's come in the chat, please subscribe to the Joe Panther Variety Show. Hit the like button. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Send this link to your friends. It's so we could get more people in the variety show. If you have any more questions for Mad Dog, please. Oh God, please.
Uh, Shout out to my son, Frey. No, no.
No, Dawn.
What's your favorite? Yeah, okay. Danny Marks, you can leave that. I'm not answering any this question.
Oh,
My
jeez.
dog's getting mad. Oh yeah, I'm getting mad. All right.
Oh, jeez. All right, all right. Let's calm this down a little bit. Oh boy, Mad Dog's getting mad. Gotta give him a bone. Here you go. Calm down, Mad Dog. Calm down. Get the leash. Keep the leash. Calm down. Calm down, Mad Dog. So let's calm this interview down a little bit. Mad Dog, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks again, Joe. It's been
No
a pleasure.
problem. Oh yeah, there was more. Oh God, they called
Nah.
it a rib.
Anyhow. Oh jeez.
So, Mad Dog, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I'm Joe Panther the Third,
I'm the Mad Dog.
and we will catch you in the next one. Thank you, everybody. Please subscribe and follow my guest on all of his social medias. We will catch you in the next one. See you later, guys.
See ya.